Okay guys, what we're going to talk about now is translating graphs. Now hopefully you remember some of this because we've actually done a little bit of this before, okay? In the past we talked about parabolas, okay? So if we have a parabola, I'm going to revise this, okay? And you know the vertex is P, Q, okay? Then you know that the function of this vertex, of this parabola is fx equals a x minus p squared plus q. Okay, and that tells us the vertex. All right, now what this means is that in this formula, p, I have to be careful there because p should only be the p, not the minus. Okay, so p represents the vertex moving left or right. Okay, and Q represents the vertex moving up or down. All right, now this is really important, okay? And again, this is something you'll use next year as well. So please really pay attention because it's pretty important here. Now, if we have a parabola, and let's draw it down here. So let's draw a nice parabola here. Okay, we have our x-axis and our y-axis. Okay, let's have this parabola here. So we know that the equation of this parabola is ax squared, and let's make this one 3x squared. So y equals 3x squared. Okay, now I haven't drawn it so well, but let's say that this vertex is going through 0, 0. Okay, 0, 0 is its vertex. All right, now let's say that I want to move this parabola and I would like it to instead sit here. Actually, let's start with one the other way first. So let's say that now I want the parabola to sit like this. Okay, and its vertex is now going to be 3, or 6, 3. All right, how do I move this parabola? What do I do to the formula in order to move it from here over to here? That's my question. What do we have to do to it? Well, we know that we need to move the x of the vertex by +3. Okay, now you have to be careful with this because we set up here that it is x minus p. Okay, so that means when we're moving it, we're moving it by +3. Okay, even though it will then give us a final equation of x minus 3. Okay, so we're going right by 3, and we're also it was right by 6, and then we were going to go up by 3. Okay, this will now give us the formula of y equals 3x minus 6, and that's what I meant by the negative. Okay, plus 3. All right, now you just have to keep that in mind. Okay, it's really easy to just try and remember that the x is the opposite of what you expect. We move it to the right, so we always expect that's going to be positive. Okay, but because in our formula up the top here for the vertex we have a minus here, okay, if we move it to the positive, that minus will stay a minus. If we moved it left, then p would be negative, and then you have x minus negative p, which becomes x plus p. Okay, so just be really careful with that, but the important thing is that you remember that the x in the formula is the opposite of what you expect it to be. Okay, the y just stays. So if we go up 3, we just make it +3. Okay, that's nice and clear. All right, but the y is the x is the opposite of what we expect. Okay, now this actually applies for all formulas. Okay, and you will find next year when we start doing some more even different types of formulas, still the same pattern always applies. Okay, what we've actually done here is we have replaced x with x minus p. okay? So we've replaced x. You should be able to see that. We've replaced x with x minus p. All right, and that's the pattern that we always use, and we always just go plus something to make it move up or down. All right, so if we have a cubic equation, okay, a cubic equation that looks like this. Okay, we have our x, we have our y. Would have liked this guy to be a different color. Let's make it green. Okay, just so it's a bit easier for you guys to see it. Okay, so we have this lovely cubic equation. We will say that its formula is going to be y equals 2x cubed. All right, because you can see its axis of symmetry, its symmetry or point of symmetry, it's not an axis, is at 0, 0. Okay, this is its point of symmetry. All right, if we want to move it, so in this case we will go left, okay, and we'll go down. All right, so let's make it now so that our function goes like this. Okay, I did have it in green before, so let's keep it that way. All right, and now we will make the point of symmetry -4, -2. All right, how do we get from y equals 2x cubed to this one over here? All right, so how do we get from here over to here? All right, what we need to do is the x went left. Okay, so again, we keep the 2. Oh, sorry, we went left by 4 and we went down 2. Now, because we went left, remember, we do the opposite of what we expect. So if we go left, we normally expect a minus. In this case, we have to plus. So we're going to get y equals 2. Replace the x with x plus 4, sorry, cubed -2. Okay, and that's it. So this is what we call translating graphs, okay? It's just shifting them, okay? It's moving them left and right or up and down, okay? As I said, for all of these functions, it's exactly the same as when we did it with parabolas, just with looking at the vertex. Nothing else changes. Yeah, you've just got to get used to it. Okay, enjoy.